Army could face resistance from Congress as it eyes cuts to education benefits. That's what you're going to do in an era of like unprecedentedly low recruitment. You're going to cut education benefits? That's crazy. The Army's consideration of cuts to 2 of its premier education benefits is the result of at least one of those programs' runaway success and ballooning cost. Yeah, this is like the reason that people enlist. The Army is seeking cuts to 2 major education benefits, a move that expands previously reported potential cutbacks to credentialing assistance from soldiers that could affect more than 100,000 troops who tap the benefits each year. Honestly, I'm all in favor of this, okay? That's great. You know, honestly, the fewer people who see the military as like a road to their now useless bachelor's degree, you know? The education benefits, which are currently under review and cost the Army about $250 million last year, are broadly... Okay, guys, America is so bloated. And so much of this, every time this happens, is because when the government tries to do something good, they go through the same payment structures that you and I would have to go through. So, like, government healthcare would be so expensive because it would be paying the same rates that everyone else does in the private system, you know? Like, yeah, no shit, government, you know, like a public option would be expensive if they have to pay the same cost you do, you know? They should be, like, decommodifying this. Likewise, now that every degree costs $50 trillion to get, like obviously this program is going to be expensive, the government shouldn't be paying private universities to, or even public universities to get their students educated. They should just get them educated. Like, wouldn't that be so much simpler? Like, oh, okay, you've served 4 years, you've done your tour, you now get to go to college for free. And that doesn't mean the government will pay for your college. That just means you get to go to college for free. Like, what is the university going to do? Secede? Declare war on the Pentagon? No, it's ridiculous that government benefit programs have to go through the same like payment systems that it's insane. $250 million? Well, it might be that too, lobster overrun. And are among the service's premier recruiting and retention tools. The Army has historically seen furthering the education of its troops as key to a well-rounded force. Historic recruiting shortage, education benefits have long been a critical incentive to fill the ranks. It's unclear what prompted the benefits review. So they're not even giving like an explanation? Like what do they want to do now? The use of the benefit has ballooned since 2020, costing $8 million then and $60 million last year. What the It 8 times the cost in only 3 years? In 3 years, the cost of this program was multiplied by 8? All of this is because this is the consequence of public-private partnerships, okay? Public-private partnerships are just a way to massively enrich a corporation or multiple while funneling enormous amounts of taxpayer money over into the corporations that have already got a stranglehold on the industry you're trying to work with, you know? The cuts would not impact the GI Bill. Nice. Yeah, something is fishy. Well, you know, tuition costs are going up. I don't know. I don't really know. I'd like it if they would explain all their thinking here. The military is having serious recruitment problems, so you're going to cut the benefits of those you want to recruit. That doesn't make any sense. That's a good argument. This isn't even confirmed to be happening. Well, they're trying to, Masagui. The Army Credentialing Assistance Program and the Tuition Assistance Program. The program gives soldiers $4,000 per year for civilian credentials, qualifications that are critical in certain fields and sometimes expire. On top of being a pseudo-military training tool, it's also intended for troops to set themselves up for civilian qualifications before they transition out of the service. Okay, pardon my ignorance here. Hold on. If it's a pseudo-military training tool and a way for troops to set themselves up for civilian qualifications, we're talking about credentials, right? So we're talking forklift. We're talking welding, right? We're talking like, hey, plumbing. Is there any like basic service skill, like a trade that you can get some familiarity with? Because that can be good for the military too, right? It's for getting stuff like IT certification too. Yeah, okay, a broad range of stuff that can be sort of, you know, think of like server maintenance. Cool, whatever. Yeah. Good, useful, like some kind of work skill or trade. Okay, so here is my question. If this is being done while you're still in the military, right? Because it says set yourself up before you leave the service, why does it cost money to get the credentials? I'm genuinely asking. You're still in the military. Shouldn't you be getting the credentials from the military, right? Like, right? Because they're getting these credentials from private institutions? Yeah, that's what I thought. Thank you. Thank you. Yep. Because there's a fuck ton of contractors and corporations out there on the bases looking to make a galactic shit ton. You know that joke from King of the Hill where he was like a barber at the army base and his haircuts cost $700 because he was working through like a subcontracted, yeah, it costs $700 to give a buzz cut. That shit bill. Yeah, it's literally this. Yeah. Getting compensated $800 an hour to explain basic IT skills. It doesn't quite work like that. That's very helpful, Simric. Would you like to tell me how I'm incorrect? The military command would love to do that, but all themselves, but Congress says no. Yeah, because Congress wants to use the military as a vehicle for bleeding taxpayer dollars into corporations, because all of these public-private partnership contractor groups, the mercenaries and the all the people who do work on and with bases, all of them are out there with their lobbying groups saying like, hey, wouldn't it be great if rather than letting the army give their own haircuts, you had it be entirely done by us and we just got paid a simple $1,000 a haircut, Military qualifications do not equate to civilian standards. These programs train people to industry civilian standards instead of military. You can get people in the military to train you to industry slash civilian standards. I don't think that's an excuse for this system. You can have military employed trainers who train to do you know how dumb the average industry civilian person is? I'm sure they can handle it, Yeah, and why would the military standards be lower, If they are lower, raise them. You can do it. Just hire the trainers. Pay them a regular salary. Officials with direct knowledge of the situation explained to military.com that part of the problem is a lack of regulation on how the benefit is used. Unlike the GI Bill, there are no significant rules over where the benefit could be used. However, there is no clear evidence of fraud or misuse, as has been the case with the GI Bill. We did put guardrails around the program. What do you mean? The service is considering they have to pay the trainer. Yes, Simric, they could pay the military trainer military wages. It would just be another guy in the military, not a private entity that you would pay differently as a contractor. Most credentialing, such as in the cybersecurity field, coding and project management, cost much more. Ah, okay, yeah, see. It is also weighing whether a qualification should be relevant to the soldier's job, which could severely limit opportunities in certain fields such as combat arms. About 64,000 soldiers have used Army CA since it was introduced 4 years ago, but its popularity has skyrocketed, costing the service $8 million up to $60 million. Okay, $60 million per year, maximum amount, $4,000 being spent per year. 64,000 soldiers have used it since it was introduced. Most of these guys won't meet the DoD pay scale. Simric, I don't know what you mean. Whatever the Department of Defense pays a soldier, pay them that and have them do their damn job. DoD recognized cybersecurity certifications can cost in the $25,000 range per individual certified. Jesus Christ! For cybersecurity certifications? It's not like that's a 4-year course. That's an anomaly, though. Yeah, but it is referred to here, so it probably happens a decent amount. Tuition assistance, which is used by about 101,000 beneficiaries each year, averaging about $218 million in annual costs. This $60 million is a literal drop in the bucket. I mean, yeah, it is, but signing up for a military.com article. Okay. Would love to do a full Pentagon spending breakdown, except, oh wait, the Pentagon fails every audit that it ever gets subjected to. So yeah, we'll never know. The Marine Corps are the only one who didn't fail audits. Well, that's because they assume that all of the Marine Corps will have suicided themselves before they actually, finish their tour. So they don't need to spend any money on anything fancy or any vets benefits, Hoorah! Let's go. They give them the shiny white gloves, so they charge forward the fastest. Yeah. All excess Marine spending was invested in crayons and pliers with which to remove them from the nose cavity. Thank you for all your taxpayer money. I love the red crayons the best. I love cherry-flavored crayons. They won't work for a soldier's pay to get paid to get paid for what they're worth. They would need to go on the GS scale, which is tacitly a temporary assignment. No, Simric. I am fully doing the 5 IQ, why isn't it simpler thing, okay? Ban all contracting work out that involves education to the bases. It is no longer possible to get a private job doing that. Then, once that's not they'll be shot on sight, okay? And then once that's not possible, afuera, then it's okay, who wants rather than doing this shit job and cleaning toilets with your teeth or whatever the people do. You know, you can train a bunch of people in cybersecurity, whatever the that means. Okay, I know this can be done. So many of the inefficiencies here are like a direct product of like the public-private, like, fuck it, let's use this whole thing as a way of transferring wealth from the taxpayer over to the corporations. I know it can be fixed. I know it's possible. I'm fully all right. I support the educational benefits, you know, of serving the country and all. It's just it's like, man, it's so much of this money ends up in private hands, you know? Like, at the end of the day, obviously, basically all of it will anyway. You pay your wages to the soldiers, sure, but like, you know, you're buying stuff from Lockheed Martin or Raytheon or whatever. I understand that. But the idea of like paying for labor when you have soldiers around, you know? Just have them do it. What are they going to do, complain? And look at this. Look at this insane shit that I was linked by a person who I forget now. I'm sorry, I love you. Look at this. Cybersecurity training at Sands Baltimore Spring 2024. Okay? So this is just like a private cybersecurity training for a 6-day course, $8,500. Oh, you want your GSEC certification too, which you want, right? $9,500. 6 days. They're fleecing you. That's the entry-level course too. Just all, yeah, essentials. Yeah, these are just different locations. This is just the essentials course. Hold on, wait, let me see how much the advanced 6 days course. How much can you learn in 6 days anyway? Come on. 504, hacker tools, techniques, and incident handling. Okay, this is all in the like 8,000 range too. What about advanced incident response? And this is also in the 8,000 range. 6 days. Are all these courses the same price and the same length of time? Because that's even more grifty. 4578, cyber threat intelligence. Yeah, also about 8,500. It's more about the certifications though. Yeah, but this is what college degrees have become. You know, most people with a bachelor's degree don't know shit, right? Like, they know nothing. They're empty-headed on the subject that they trained for, you know? These certifications are literally just an arbitrary price gate that allows a corporation to make hundreds of millions of dollars off of giving you an arbitrary pat in the back and like a stamp. That's it. Like, it is so it contributes nothing to society. You think a 6-day course certification means anything? 6 days? If certification is that easy to achieve, why not just have the first 6 days of your job cover that, and then, you know, and you can just get paid a regular wage for that rather than paying $10,000. Remember job training? Before job training got externalized to certs and then like were all made to cost $50 trillion. These courses are master's level as well, so you have to have a BS in comp sci on top of that. Yeah. To be fair, these prices are similar to what corporations pay. Similar rate for certs? Yeah, I know, but what does that have to do with what I'm saying? Like, it's bad. There are so many courses here, dude. Holy shit. You just know that all of these are total horseshit. You want to know the real reason why? By the way, you want to know the real reason why there are so many of them? Because they're all different certs, and the best way to get a job that you want is to pay $100,000 to get all of these. Oh, you want your GIAC Security Essentials certification, don't you, right? Well, what about your Certified Insulin Handler one? What about your Forensic Analyst one? What about your Foundational Cyber? They're all a different cert. Every single one of them. Certs mean less than nothing? No, they mean $10,000 to the company that's providing it to you.